For more than a century, the Appalachian Trail has represented something deeply American: freedom, solitude, and the belief that if you keep walking long enough, something inside you will eventually make sense. Stretching nearly 2,200 miles from Springer Mountain in Georgia to Mount Katahdin in Maine, the Appalachian Trail crosses 14 states and follows mountain ridges that predate human history. These are some of the oldest mountains on Earth, worn down, rounded, and deceptively gentle in appearance. The trail was first imagined in the early 1920s by Benton MacKaye, a conservationist who believed that wilderness could serve as a counterbalance to an increasingly industrialized society. His vision was not just a footpath, but a refuge, a place where people could reconnect with the land, with themselves, and with one another. Construction began in 1923, and by 1937 the trail was completed, stitched together through the labor of volunteers, hiking clubs, and public land agencies. Today, the Appalachian Trail is overseen by the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, but its true caretakers remain the volunteers who maintain it year after year. Thousands of hands clear fallen trees, rebuild stone steps, repair erosion, and keep the trail alive. It is one of the most ambitious and successful volunteer-driven conservation projects in the world. And for the millions who step onto it each year, the trail offers something rare. There are shelters spaced along the route, simple, three-sided structures where hikers gather at night, share food, stories, and weather forecasts. Springs and streams provide water. Trail towns appear like small islands of civilization, offering resupply points, hot meals, and temporary rest. For those attempting to hike the entire length in a single season, this network creates a fragile but functional lifeline. For others, the draw is shorter and more personal: a weekend escape, a section hike, a way to process grief, change, or uncertainty. The Appalachian Trail has become a place where people go to disappear, just for a while, and often to find themselves again. But the same geography that creates peace also creates isolation. Large sections of the trail run miles from the nearest road. Cell service is unreliable or non-existent. Dense forests muffle sound. Once you crest a ridge and descend the other side, you may pass hours or days without seeing another person. The trail does not exist as a single line, but as a long corridor of access points, side trails, campsites, and backcountry clearings. It is within this isolation that a quieter reality exists, one rarely spoken about and often dismissed as statistical noise. Over the decades, people have been assaulted, disappeared, and murdered along the Appalachian Trail. Not legends, not ghost stories, real crimes involving real people in real locations that still welcome hikers today. This series, When the Trail Takes You, examines those moments where beauty and violence briefly occupied the same space. Each case we cover is anchored in geography, specific trail miles, shelters, access roads, and decision points where something went terribly wrong. We will follow the land as much as the timeline, because on the Appalachian Trail, distance and terrain are never neutral details. We will walk through cases such as Joel Polson, whose 1974 murder near the trail shattered assumptions about safety in the backcountry. We will examine the double homicide of Robert Mountford Jr. and Laura Susan Ramsay, killed while camping near the trail in Virginia, an attack that forced investigators to confront how exposed even well-traveled sections can be. We will revisit the shooting of Rebecca Wight, a rare case of survival that provides a chilling first-hand account of violence erupting in an otherwise peaceful setting. We will trace the events surrounding Geoffrey Hood and the murder of LaRue, a case that exposed how quickly chaos can unfold when isolation meets opportunity. We will spend time in Shenandoah National Park, examining the unsolved murders of Julianne Williams and Lollie Winans, a case that continues to haunt the trail decades later. We will look closely at the abduction and murder of Meredith Emerson, taken while hiking in North Georgia, and the killing of Scott Lilly, whose death raised unsettling questions about vulnerability and trust in wilderness spaces. These stories are not told to spread fear. They are meant to honor victims, to understand how geography shapes crime, and to confront a difficult truth. Wilderness does not erase human danger. It merely rearranges it. In True Crime Maps, we believe that place matters, terrain matters, distance matters. A trail that invites millions to walk it cannot be understood without acknowledging the rare but devastating moments when something goes wrong. The Appalachian Trail is known for its beauty, its solitude, and the healing many seek there. But it is also a place where people have vanished, been hunted, and been killed, sometimes within earshot of others who never knew. When you step onto the trail, you trust it to carry you forward. But sometimes, when the trail carries you far enough from the world you know, it doesn't lead you forward at all. It leads you into the abyss,